Hey, what's going on, family? Today we're going to talk about investor plays. They did this article right here, a hit piece on Nvidia. They're trying to say that the hype cycle and why the AI bubble may burst sooner than you think. When you look at that title, when you read it, and then I'll show you this chart, do you think they're pretty accurate in saying that, in writing that? Could the stock in Nvidia begin to go down? I will tell you, from what occurred yesterday in the price action in Nvidia, it looked like it may. It just looked like it may. We'll break it down before I conclude the video as to what I think the price in Nvidia is about to do. But first, here it is. Nvidia stock has yet to hit the trough of disillusionment, but that's dead ahead. This is from Dana, an investor place contributor. Nvidia's valuation is above even its inflated expectations. The AI revolution is coming, but it won't go straight up. There's a trough of disillusionment ahead. There always is. Numbers, please. Nvidia stock has had a rough time getting over $900 a share in the last month for a reason. What is that reason? I'm asking you that question. The one who's listening to my voice, the one who's watching my videos. What was the reason as to why Nvidia had a hard time trading over $900? To me, the reason is because there were sellers there at or above $900. That's the only thing that can put a price move on pause, pump the brakes, is if there's a big seller sitting around $900. Nvidia's 2.25 trillion valuation is held up by quarterly revenue that tripled in a single year. That's his reason. That's not the reason to me. And profit margins of only 72%. Its operating cash flow in 2024 was 3 times the previous record, and analysts see it doubling again in 2025. Nvidia is just printing cash. But even given all that, its current valuation is outlandish. That is his opinion. So if you guys are massive bulls in Nvidia, just relax. It is just one man's opinion. It trades at 20 times that expected 2025 revenue and 16 times the expected fiscal 2026 revenue, $136 billion. Again, if you can see the disparity between Nvidia's stock price now versus the valuation that he's trying to put on this article, you need to realize that it's pointless to try to call it out. What's the point of you telling that the price of Nvidia stock is 20 times the expected 2025 revenue and 16 times the expected fiscal 2026 revenue when the market prior to Nvidia traded at $900? You don't think that those numbers didn't match well neither then too? So ask yourself the question, what is pulling price? Something else is moving price. People are not looking at 20 times expected 2025 revenue. Traders are not looking at 16 times the expected fiscal 2026 revenue, because if they were, then the market would not be trading as high as it is today. If it truly had any impact on the stock's price, Nvidia would not be trading where it is today then. But it is. So why would people continually focus on the fundamentals when it has no impact on the stock's price? That is just my opinion too. You may think so. Because if I would challenge you, if you think that these fundamentals are that important, then what is your price target for Nvidia? Given this information right here, what should be the price? And once you come up with that price, then your next question would be, why is it trading high? It should not be there then. It should be towards where you think your price target should be given these fundamentals. Assume for a moment Nvidia stock can hit the $42 share of earnings estimated by the most optimistic analysts for 2026. You're paying 21 times those earnings to own the stock right now. Okay, like, do you really think people care about that? They just see a price on a chart go up massively. They're like, I need to get on board. Am I right or wrong? If you see a chart, if you see continually on the news, on social media, on mainstream media, people pumping up AI, people inevitably got on board. They threw all of these metrics that Dana's trying to bring on this article out the window. Because if you're saying you're paying 21 times those earnings to own the stock now, apparently people don't care about that. Because if they did care, then the market wouldn't be trading as high as it is today. It went from the beginning of the year. Understand that market dynamics is more important than fundamentals. Yes, I'm going to say it again. Market dynamics is more important than fundamentals. Market structure, price action is more important than fundamentals of the business. Because in this year alone, starting in January, starting a new quarter, so the first quarter of 2024, Nvidia has already garnered you, if you would have bought it in the beginning of the year, 104%. What fundamentals got to do with this? For real? You're trying to tell me in 3 months, the price of Nvidia went up 104%. And the fundamentals aspect, like if you're trying to do research for fundamental analysis in Nvidia, you would have missed out on this whole run, because usually businesses come out with their quarterly reports, earnings, every 3 months. So if you were like, I can't buy it right now, it's too expensive. Well, the market told you that you should have bought because it went up 104% in 3 months. But listening and reading articles like this, it'll get you caught up, because you'll be scratching your head like, okay, if you're telling me all this, why is the stock going higher than it shouldn't be if fundamentals was that important to people? Logic says it's time to take something off the table. If we're going to use logic says that you wouldn't have purchased the stock in the very beginning anyway, because your analysis would have said that it's too expensive. So it's kind of like he's contradicting himself. You cannot say it's time to sell stock now when your original fundamental analysis is saying that you're overpaying for the stock now already, before the market even went higher. You would have been sitting on the sideline. You would have missed out if logic was to run its course. So now, I'm not going to go through the whole article. I really want us to look at this price action, because looking at Nvidia from our last video, you guys can see, which you shouldn't be surprised because I got it marked on the chart, a sell zone. So 2 days into our price prediction, Nvidia hit that sell zone. And what happened after it hit? Like I told you, market dynamics, market structure is more important than fundamentals. The market actually told you that this sell zone was going to play a role, and it looked like it did, because all the time it doesn't work. But it did this time, to where price has gone down to the point to where even yesterday Nvidia went down 3.5%. So I don't think the market is trying to go higher right now off of these two reasons alone. This sell zone holding firm, and then this price action from yesterday. Okay, so what we're going to do is get rid of this price prediction first. Congratulations to those who's able to grab something out of the market as price and Nvidia hit that sell zone. But now we're going to look for price action to go down. Don't worry, because we already got a couple of areas identified as buy zones, potential buy zones, meaning that I'm looking for buyers to try to keep the price propped up. That's the first one right there. Second one is down here around like 800. Third is around 775. So looking at this on the weekly chart for Nvidia, this is what it looked like right now on the weekly chart. These price bars is telling you that this sell zone is hurting the stock. We have a weakness bar here on the weekly, another weakness bar there, and then this last week. And currently price in Nvidia on this week is closing on the low. So to me, this is just to me, I don't think the market's going to hold this first buy zone right here. I don't think it's going to hold this area, given all of these weekly price bars showing weakness. Okay, here it is on the 2. 8 hours and 27 minutes left. I'm not showing you anything different that you cannot pull up on a chart on your own. That is weakness. It's being triggered on a 2-weekly time frame, even further out. So when you do this on the 2 weeks, do you think that trend is about to be broken off of this current 2-weekly bar? To me, it does. Now, like I said, it doesn't mean that we're going to see the market crash back down to $300. But like the dude in the article wrote, we may just see it trade sideways for a little bit. That may also happen. That's it on the 3. Here it is on the 5. Here it is on the monthly. Okay. So I am going to look for a price in Nvidia to go down. Okay. And these are our targets right here. And then our second target is around like 800. I wouldn't be surprised if the buyers really try to bounce this market on that first buy zone, though. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. So we already got our resistance area, which is the sell zone up here at the top. Our first buy zone here, either at the high or the low. It's not going to be a lot because prices are already trading around that zone. But at the low, it gets us around 3%. Our second target will be our second buy zone. Yeah, the high or the low. At the low, it gets us 7 3/4. And then at the third target, it's going to be the third buy zone. High or low. I really don't want to see the market hit that area though, but it can. I'm just saying, keep your eyes open. But yeah, this is what I'm looking at now. So give me your thoughts as to what you think Nvidia is about to do, and we'll see which one is right. Make sure you maintain the profitability, and as always, trade different.